Ipswich round 5, August 4th or 3rd, and we still haven't had a haircut since October. I still look handsome though. I'm still the best looking driver in my class. If I may not be the fastest, that's fine. Anyway, yes, welcome to Ipswich round 5. Oh, that's a dead kangaroo. Rest in peace, bro. Ipswich round 5. So, we got the go-kart back about probably 2 weeks ago. Fit it all back together last week. Went for a race, a run up at Toowoomba, and didn't do too great up there. It wasn't probably the best ideal testing ground to be, back in the kart after all its repairs. So all the chassis welds, like the seat welds, have been repaired where they were cracked. We ended up welding all 4 posts. So the job's done, and they repainted as well, which is cool. We also had a brand new Tillet T11 seat attached to it, which feels super comfy, and I can actually breathe a little more in this one compared to my OTK seat. Probably just due to sizing and everything. The OTK seats aren't bad, but I'm told that they're a little bit too stiff, and the car just doesn't seem to get most of its performance out of it. Or so people think, but I've managed to sort of get away with fluking a club day setup, and I was hoping to do the same thing at States, but chassis cracked, decided not to run it. No one could weld it up for me that weekend, so I had to drive the Krypton, and I couldn't drive the Krypton very well because it was just way too damn stiff for me. Also too, the starter motor in my first engine blew last weekend as well at Toowoomba, so I decided to throw on engine 2, and after about 3 hours worth of running, the engine seems to be starting to wake up. So I'm gonna run my second engine today, which is what I normally use for practice, because it was doing like 110. It was in the 110 km/h town, which was absolutely insane. And then yesterday it cracked about 104, 105, 107 with the help of some slipstream from Jack Monroe, courtesy of him going off during our last practice session together. Thank you, Jack. And also too, we actually managed to set a new personal best yesterday on 2 different occasions. We set it in the morning, and then we set it a second time, but turns out that's unofficial, but I know for a fact that I saw it while I was driving. But unfortunately the Micron registered it different, but it is what it is, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, so we set a new PB, 48.9, and that's on an old set of tyres that are like probably 50 laps at the time. But today we throw on new rubber. We've gone back to our original setup that we have. We're back at our racer, back in our kart. Kart felt great, engine felt superb. The competition seems to have stacked up a little more. It's gotten closer. A few people have actually gotten quicker, so it'd be interesting to see how we stack up today. And considering too, no classes are running qualifying today. It is purely random grid for the first 2 heats, which means that the computer just randomly registers us as whatever position we start in. So for content's sake, I'm hoping that I can start last in either the first or the second heats. I'm hoping I'm not too much toward the middle of the pack, and that I'm up the front, which would be nice for me. Or preferably at the back, I prefer to be at the back in the morning and then run up the front like second heat, but we'll wait and see how we go. Hopefully they post the grids soon when I get there. Okay, well, we're on the highway, so I'm going to cut this out and go to the track. Go, and they're away. Oh.
confusion and delay.
I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space.
So that was a very, very disappointing race, all ruined because of one incident, and it has compromised us for the rest of the meeting as well. So the driver in front here goes for an overtake on the kart in front on the number 47. I've decided to follow through here, and as you can see here, there is a slight bit of contact, and the dude looks over at me, but I have an overlap on him, I have the run on him, and he just keeps coming across. Boom, straight, completely turns across me. Didn't want to give me the room even though I had the inside with an overlap, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is, and as you'll see here, there's a view from the front camera on my go-kart, which is mounted on the NAS sub panel, and yeah, just fully turns across me there. Very disappointing. In the moment, there was definitely an overlap on him, as my front nose was at the very least at the front alongside his front tyre, which you can't see, but it is there. I have the inside, he should know I'm there. I'm fully alongside, and he's just decided to turn across me. As a result, the incident has bent my steering column and also bent my chassis, which is unfortunate considering it's just come back from repairs, but it is what it is. We will crack on. race meet talk, and yes, I did get my hair cut. This is like a week later, like a 1 week later after the race meet was done. So yeah, I apologize for procrastinating on the video. I just wanted to simply play my PS5 for a week. And so the day started off pretty perfectly with that first heat. I just wanted to act as aggressively as possible, and just capitalize on making a strong start through the random grid orders. I knew that there were a few slower people in front of me starting that I'm normally ahead of usually, and I know I've got top 3, top 5 pace, so I thought I'd just utilize that in the moment, which kind of worked out in my favor. Then the second race came around, and I tried to repeat the same performance, the same aggressive strategy, and I thought it was working really well. Like, it was only like 3 laps in, and then that one incident just completely ruined my race meet. And yeah, had of that not have happened, it could have been a very different rest of the story for the rest of the day. I would have liked to, if that incident didn't happen, I would like to have imagined that it would have at least had been top 4, top 5, rather than finishing for 9th and then having to race in the pack that was just super duper tight, which was, you know, it wasn't completely frustrating. Like, I did enjoy how close the racing was, because it was just ridiculously tight. Like, you know, I thought if I was going to make a move on the guys in front, it was going to be like a big, massive dive bomb, and I didn't want to risk potentially T-boning one of the karts in front if I had overshot. So, yeah, a bit frustrating. Obviously, I know I've got the pace, even when the kart was slightly damaged. How do I review my performance? I think I know I was super fast. I think the incident involved there, I'm foot down about it, wasn't my fault, because I strongly believe I had an overlap on the guy, as was reviewed through the video. And no offense to that guy, like, please don't go out your way to witch hunt people I may or may not have crashes with in the future, or, like, you know, the last thing I want to do is start beef with people in this community. So it is what it is. We'll just go from there. I don't think I've ever raced the guy before, but so no, I definitely know I had a pace, but I've taken a huge loss, a huge chunk of points lost in the championship now. I've gone from basically, I came into this round tied on 3rd with Robert Mortensen, and now we are running 5th behind Thomas, Rob and Nathaniel. So things certainly didn't go our way in this championship race now, but we have 3 rounds left to go, and anything could happen. It's still a really tight battle between the top 6 in the points. Even Callan Mullins, who I think is now 6th in points, he had his best finish just gone on the weekend at Ipswich as well. Big unfortunate meet for us, but you know, it was some good, clean, pack tight racing at the end there, but just yeah, not where I ideally wanted to be. I wanted to be up there, at least in the top 5, actually fighting for position, fighting for podium. So but it is what it is, and we'll roll on with the punches and we'll go forward. But anyways, guys, that will be the video for this race meet, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you guys soon on the very next one. Thank you guys for watching, and keep on racing.